Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate. And if you forgot, I have a few tips for you in a few minutes, so you want to hang tight. All right, we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? A sad end to a Super Bowl party. At about 11 p.m. on Sunday night, a 54-year-old Annapolis woman was leaving a Super Bowl party and was crossing Riva Road at Riva Trace Parkway. We understand her car was parked down there. She was wearing dark, non-reflective clothing and crossed against the light and was struck by a Ford Focus operated by a 17-year-old from Riva. She was transported to the hospital where she later died. Police have not released her identity until they get in touch with her two adult children. The teen operating the Ford did remain at the scene. Here's a cool thing to do this weekend. The reimagined Elizabeth Myers Mitchell Art Museum at St. John's College is reopening. This is the former Mitchell Gallery that has been closed for 2 years. It opens at 4 p.m. on Friday and will stay open for 50 straight hours. Yes, 24/7 for 50 hours. And the walls will be white with markers available for you to make your mark. Insomnia? Go scribble on a museum's walls. I mean, how often can you do that? This will be awesome. Please listen to the spotlight we did on Saturday with the new director, Peter Nesbitt, to learn a little bit more about it, but do make plans to check out that new exhibit as it is being made. The first 50 hours, as I said, are 24/7, and then the remainder of the exhibit, which will end on March 26, will be the standard museum hours, and you can still draw on the walls throughout. Although the later you go, the more crowded it's going to be. Okay, for all of you procrastinators out there, well, and you forgetful type too, did you have an oh crap moment this morning when you realized it was Valentine's Day? Okay, here's your plan. Here's what you do. First stop, Paper Source in the Annapolis Town Center. They have amazing cards and are nothing like the crappy Hallmark Be My Valentine cards you're going to get at the Giant. Next stop, Flowers by Donna down near Main and Market on Bay Ridge Road. She does a great job and gives you a lot of flowers for the money. Delivery is probably out of the question at this time, but a nice wrapped bouquet or a small arrangement can certainly be picked up. Skip the roses. They're too cliche and too expensive. If you don't want to go all the way down there, stop at Dareem's Flower Stand at Reynolds Tavern right there on Church Circle. He always has great flowers, and I find that they really last an incredibly long time. The final stop, dinner. This is the best deal I have found around. Maggiano's Little Italy over there at the mall. $90 for both. It includes a 3-course dinner and some drinks. You can call or go on Open Table and get a reservation, or you can try your luck walking in. Now, what I really like about them is that the booths are very plush and high-backed and really add some romance to the night, I think. And good, solid Italian fare is pretty darn romantic, too. I might see you there. And boom, look at that. Eye on Annapolis has saved Valentine's Day. Here's another date for your calendar, February 25th at the Annapolis Waterfront Hotel. It is the Bernie House's 3rd annual Mardi Gras Ball, and I've been, and this is a party. The current MRE premier is the founder of the Bernie House, and I tell you, she knows how to throw a party. Need more information? You want to check out the local business spotlight coming up this Saturday when we speak with Patty Slaughter all about it. As we begin to wrap it up, I do have some tickets to a show at Ram's Head on Stage, a big one. Send me an email or a DM on Twitter if you want to check out an all-ages matinee on Sunday the 19th with Big Head Todd and the Monsters. It's not really matinee, I guess, since the show's at 4 p.m., but that's what they're calling it. They are great, and both of their shows are currently sold out. And you also want to make sure you check out ramsheadonstage.com for all of the other upcoming shows. All right, that is a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to you for listening and sharing and letting your friends and colleagues all know about us. And to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, and Alpha Engineering. So now you need to hang tight. We have George Young from DCMDVA Weather standing by with your only locally forecast weather report. And back with a legal brief, Scott MacMullan from Scott MacMullan Law. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, and it should be a nice one across the Annapolis region today, with plenty of sunshine and highs in the mid to upper 50s, ahead of an even nicer day tomorrow, with mixed skies and temps in the low to mid 60s. From there, expect temps in the mid or even upper 60s Thursday, with a good chance for PM rain showers lasting through the AM hours Friday, with PM highs Friday then in the mid 50s, along with breezy winds out of the northwest that will help bring in colder air as temps drop into the 20s for lows Saturday morning, with sunny highs Saturday, only in the mid-40s or so, but the cool down will not last long at all, as Sunday should be sunny and warmer with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget, follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download the DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You never know when you might need an attorney. It could be when the lights light up on the police car behind you. Or maybe you have $1 million idea and need to incorporate. From wills and trusts to car wrecks and arrests, Scott MacMullan with the Annapolis-based Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, is here to offer some insight for you with today's legal brief.
Hello, Annapolis. This is Scott MacMullan, and this is your legal brief. I want to quickly summarize some of the unattended child rules here in Maryland. In Maryland, a child under the age of 8 years may not be left unattended at home, at school, or in a car. If a parent or guardian needs to leave a child who is younger than 8 years old, the parent or guardian must ensure that a reliable person who is at least 13 years old will stay to protect the child. And 13 years old, that's the magic babysitting age here in Maryland. Failure to provide a reliable person to babysit the child is a misdemeanor, and the parent or guardian is subject to a fine up to $500 and up to 30 days in prison. Both in and out of home, parents and guardians must always give proper care and attention to children in their care. Children must not be left alone in situations where they may get hurt. The big Maryland car safety law is if a child is under the age of 8, they must have a child restraint. They must have an appropriate child seat. Or if they're over 4 feet 9 inches or taller, then they don't have to be in that seat. So your child has to turn 8 years old, and up until 8, they have a child seat. And when they turn 8, or if they're 4 feet 9 inches tall, then they don't have that. So the magic age is 8 years old for your child, and that is regards to leaving them unattended, and in regards to seat, their safety seat in the back of the car. So remember that. And also they have to turn 13, which is a little older than some states and a little younger than other states. But Maryland, the magic age for babysitting is 13. Again, this is just some basic information. It's not advice. It does not create the attorney-client relationship. If you do need some legal advice, feel free to reach out to Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, 443-494-9775.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.